Grace, welcome to the MSUM Dragons podcast. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I am fantastic. It's a great day to be a Dragon. It is a holiday weekend coming up here in the United States with Veterans Day. And I was talking to your coaches a little bit a couple weeks ago about interesting stories in the softball team. And they mentioned that you are in the National Guard. And we've featured student athletes who have had service or who are in the service in the past during this week. And it's just something I love to do and focus on that when we have the opportunity. Tell us a little bit about your service with the National Guard and what that's like being a softball player and student at the same time.
Yeah, so I joined the Guard about a year and a half ago. It was in my senior year of high school. I guess I joined because my grandpa was in the military, and actually I joined kind of because of a dare or a joke kind of. So yeah, so I had a few friends that joined, and he was filling out the paper one day, and I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" He's like, "I'm gonna join the Guard." So jokingly, I was like, "Well, should I join?" And then he's like, "Yeah," and sent me the recruiter's info, and just kind of went on from there, I guess. So, and being a student athlete, I mean, my schedule is definitely pretty busy, but it's not bad. The coaches, they're really lenient with my schedule, and they've been really understanding. So it's been good.
What is the National Guard experience like for you? I mean, how often are you active and doing the different things for that, as far as, during your school year and not and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so it's 1 week in a month, usually it can be 3 days, usually 2 days, and then 2 weeks in the summer.
That's not too bad.
Nope.
And like you said, the coaches work around it. And it is Veterans Day weekend coming up. You said your grandfather's a veteran. My grandfather was a veteran as well. I didn't know anything about his service. He was a World War II vet, didn't talk much about it, didn't tell his kids about it. But I know he had 2 Bronze Stars. So I know he was involved. What does Veterans Day mean to you and your family?
We kind of just like to, appreciate the people that have served, and we all hang out with my grandpa, since he's a veteran, and yeah, so that's about it.
We try to draw that attention to it too. Last year during Veterans Day, we actually have one of our ex-men's basketball coaches and staff members in Larry McLeod. He was turning 99. I think he's 100 now, but he's a surviving World War II veteran. And we had him on the podcast talking about, his service and all the students and student athletes that he had who also served as well. We got to chat afterwards about some stuff like that. How important is it for all of us to kind of take a moment and do what you just explained? Just appreciate what the sacrifices have been and are currently going on to enjoy the freedoms that we have today.
Yeah, I think it's really important, just because a lot of us or people who have went overseas, they're away from family for like a long time, and they do miss out on a lot of things. And like a lot of people have lost their lives fighting for our country. So it's definitely important, I think, to have a day dedicated to them.
And what is a word to others? There's always kind of the thing is, people maybe just look at this one as an opportunity to get a day off of work or school or whatever.
Yeah.
What do you hope they do during that time of reflection?
Just like, I know a lot of people are pretty humble about them serving, I don't know, just to say thank you, I guess, is kind of a big thing. Even though a lot of service members, they don't really talk, like you said, they don't really talk about what they have done, but just like thanking them for their time and their service, I think is a big thing. And
I don't know, I'm sometimes self-conscious. And so when I walk up to somebody I see in a military uniform, and I say, thank you for your service. Is that welcomed? I mean, for you, I think everybody's different. Don't get me wrong. But like, if I see you walking around Nemzik in your uniform and I come up and say, thank you for your service, is that kind of what you're thinking of? Even just something that simple?
Yep. Even just that simple goes a long way, in my opinion.
It's not cheesy. I mean, I don't think it probably would get old, but
Yeah, it's not
like,
really cheesy, I guess, but there's just some people, I guess, feel, I don't know, they feel awkward, or like you say thank you for your service and they kind of freeze up because they don't really know what to say back, I guess, you know.
right.
But I don't know. I still think it goes a long way to know that you appreciate them and appreciate the military, I guess, in a whole.
And what do your teammates think about your service? Do they say anything about it, or talk to you about it at all?
Yeah, they do. It's kind of, I don't know. We don't talk about it a lot, I guess, but I don't know. Sometimes they sometimes like to joke around about it and just, well, it's not really a joke, but we just like to have fun with it, I guess. And they understand like when I have to leave and like just stuff like that. But we don't, I guess it doesn't really come up that often.
One of the things that we talk about as part of our core values at MSUM is being a part of something that's bigger than yourself. When you're on a team, when you represent an institution and a community, you're a part of something bigger than yourself. Then you have this other thing where you're a part of something bigger than yourself as well. How important is that? Is being a part of something that's bigger than just grace?
Yeah, that's actually another reason why I joined, because I want to be part of something bigger myself and part of something that, like the National Guard, like it's really a big family once you get into it. Like you meet a lot of people and everyone's just really close. So just being part of like that team and stuff, it's like really important to me, I guess, and having that extra like family members, you know.
For sure. What's similar and different about the softball experience and the guard experience?
Actually, I would say that college sports and the Guard are pretty similar, honestly. Like I guess like in the Guard, when you go down to training, you're working out every day. We do that here. You want to eat healthy, you do that here. Like a lot of it, like being in the Guard, I think has helped me a lot coming here, being like mentally strong. It's just like stuff with like my schedule, I stay on task better, I feel like. So I feel like in the long run, like going through the Guard, like is really helping me through college sports and just school in general.
Awesome. What's different?
Um, well, I guess in the Guard there's a lot more yelling and stuff. But
Oh, there's more yelling?
yeah.
Your
But I
coaches
don't
are
know.
nice.
Yeah. I don't know. It's honestly not a lot different in my opinion. Like in the Guard, you're a family. I mean, our softball team, we're kind of like a family too. So it's honestly not a lot different. I mean, obviously we're doing different stuff. I mean, playing softball rather than military stuff, but in like a lot of it's the same.
Well, it's wonderful that you're doing that for us, and I won't be cheesy in saying thank you for your service, because I really do appreciate it as someone who's had veterans in my family on both of my grandfather's sides. But the families and all the stuff that they go through as people serve, and that process is also a big part of it. And I encourage all of our fans of the Dragons and everybody in America and to take a moment this weekend and enjoy the day off, but also enjoy the people who made it possible. So thank you for joining us in the podcast today. Thank you again for your service. And of course, go Dragons.
Yeah, thank you. Go Dragons.